one of the hardest things to do when it comes to manifesting what you want is actually to surrender, is to actually have that trust and that knowing that your manifestation is actually coming. And this is the hardest thing for the ego to do, is to surrender and to allow and have that deep trust. And the key is to understand that trust is actually where the manifestation is. Because what I've noticed in my experience is that the universe will ask you, will not explicitly ask you, but in an implicit way, it'll actually ask you to let go. And that's not going to be easy. Okay, it's not going to be easy to let go. It's not going to be the easiest thing to let go, because what the ego wants to do is the ego wants to control. The ego wants to figure out every single little piece of the equation and the nook and the cranny and fix every little piece and structure and logic. Well, what I found in my experience is that only slows down the manifestation process. And the more that we try to control things with our ego, that's when we actually slow things down. Now, I'm not saying there's not a time and place for that, but then you reach a certain level where you realize it's time to let go. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to trust that the manifestation's coming. So if you want to work with me personally one-on-one, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. Also, if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. So you got to realize trust is about just letting go. Now, I understand that letting go is not the easiest thing to do. It's not easy to let go. Letting go is not easy. That's the one thing that I've realized in my life, is that letting go is not easy. We think that you would think that it's easy to let go, but what I found is that letting go is actually so extremely difficult. Like, you would think that letting go is like, oh yeah, just let go and you're gonna feel great. No, up until the point that you actually let go is gonna be one of the hardest moments of your life, because the ego resists the entire process before you finally realize, like, okay, I just have to let go. And that takes time to build up to that, right? Because we want to control, we want to resist. It's the hardest thing to do, is to let go. But if you just let go, you're actually going to manifest what you want. In that letting go, in that trust, in the allowing, in the uncertainty, even though it's a little bit scary, that's where the manifestation actually is. That's where the peace is. And it's not easy, right? I know it's not easy, but what I found in my experience is that the more that you just go after that uncertainty, the more that you have that trust within yourself and also the universe, you actually get much closer to your manifestations. And you get a lot closer than you would have been had you just been action-oriented only. And when I say only, because there's nothing wrong with taking action, but if you're only taking action and you don't bring in those feminine energies, by the way, trust is a feminine energy. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. We're conditioned in society to believe that we can't be masculine or feminine. So we can't be feminine if we're a man, and we can't be masculine if we're a woman. No, that's not true. That's what you call social conditioning. That's social conditioning. Because the truth is that we both have masculine and feminine within all of us. And what I found in my experience is that it's very, very important to tap into your feminine side, whether you're a man or a woman, right? You gotta let go sometimes. Bring in that feminine energy. And when you bring in that feminine energy, you find that it's so much easier to manifest what you want. Now again, you gotta be masculine sometimes, but at the same time, what about just letting go? What about receiving? That's what I'm trying to say. What I found in my experience, that it's so hard to receive sometimes, because you have to have a level of uncertainty and trust. I'll give you a perfect example of this. When I was actually dropping out of school, that was a level of uncertainty that I had to step into, right? That wasn't easy to do that, but I really felt that I had to do that. Now that I felt that I had to do that. Now, if you have an experience in your life where you feel like your heart is calling you to do something, but you feel like it's totally uncertain, I'm not going to tell you to just go after it, because you have to make your own choices and this is your life. But what I'm going to share with you is an invitation. an invitation to let go of what doesn't serve you. Because I can stand here and tell you why certain things don't serve, but the truth is that as you raise your level of consciousness and start to become more aware, you'll naturally become conscious of what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy. And one of the things that I realized that I personally didn't enjoy was going to school. And so I had to let go of that. And part of that included a level of uncertainty and a level of trust. And I want you to understand that it's not going to be easy to let go, but when you do, that's when the freedom happens. So the freedom actually starts happening when you actually choose to let go. It's not when you get the manifestation. It's not when you reach, it's when you let go of that thing that doesn't serve you. So if there's something blocking you and you just can't let go of it, you got to realize, just let it go. And that's when you feel free. That's when you know you're on the path to your dreams. That's when you know that you're completely in alignment. You see, alignment is letting go. That's what alignment really is. Part of alignment and being aligned with your journey is just letting go. Letting go of what? Letting go of your ego and the ideologies and the social conditioning. And of course, that's the hardest thing to do, is to let go of that, because why would you want to let go of the social conditioning? Nobody wants to let go of that. We have this identity of who we think we are. But the universe will continually try to show you that it's time to let go, right? It's not going to be something that you can lie to yourself about anymore. It's not going to be something that you're going to get to a point where you realize, like, okay, I can't control this any longer. Like, I can't control this any longer. And the more that I try to control and control and control, it's just slowing me down. That's all it is. And you got to realize, when you just let go, on the other side of that is a powerful feeling of empowerment, a powerful feeling of connection, a powerful feeling of knowing who you really are, a powerful feeling of being okay with the uncertainty of life. And that's where the manifestation is. And you're thinking, how do I do this, Francis? You keep saying let go, and I fully hear you and I resonate with your message, but how do I do that? And here's the thing, is that if I'm going to give you a practical tool, I would say meditation's the best way. But even doing meditation is almost like a forcing of trying to, and I hate to say this, because one of the best habits that I can personally recommend to you is to do daily meditation. But I think there comes a point where forcing even meditation is a lack of surrender. And I disagree to some degree, because I've been meditating daily for like 4 years, and I think that it's a beautiful habit. I think it's a beautiful habit that is so powerful and can completely change your life. But at the same time, you got to realize, it's almost like, I guess what I'm trying to communicate here is that we can take action, we can put in the work, but then there comes a level where that action doesn't help you anymore, and you have to break this system. You have to break the old way of being. You have to let go of that old way of doing things, which is kind of what's happening on the planet right now, as all these things are being torn apart. And when you let go of that old way of being, that's actually when the trust starts to come in. That's when you actually start to let go. So trusting is just about letting go of what doesn't serve. And then also having a deep knowing that the manifestation's coming. And one of the best ways you can do this is just to remind yourself that your ego doesn't have to figure it all out. Your ego does not have to figure it all out. And I know that it's so scary, because your ego is like, no, but I need to figure out this little piece of, and I'm not like, I know you don't. You really don't. Your ego really doesn't have to figure it out. Like, for me, all I have to do is record daily videos, do what I have to do. Like, there's certain things that I have to do, like meditate daily, but like the rest, I can't control that stuff. See, what you can do is you can focus on what you can control and focus on what you can't control. And when you master this is where the manifestation comes. When you learn to control what you can control and let go which is not easy to do, of what you cannot control, that's actually where the manifestation is. Do you see what I'm saying? That's literally where the manifestation is. You're going to get to the manifestation when you finally show the universe that you're willing to let go. And this is what happened to me when I dropped out of school and I trusted in the universe after all the synchronicities that I saw, after all the ways that I've seen that the universe is interconnected in powerful ways. I was able to just take all that energy and just trust. And I was still being logical. I'm still being logical. You don't want to be trusting too much. You still need a little bit of masculine energy in you to push, but just trust. And I want you to understand, if you're watching this video this far, it's not easy to surrender. It's not easy to surrender. But you got to understand that's where the manifestation is. I'm going to say it one more time just to conclude this video. The manifestation is in the letting go. That's where it is. That's where you're going to find the manifestation, is in the letting go. When you just finally let go, that's where the manifestation is. And so one of the best ways, a key that I think you can do as well, is look back at all the synchronicity that you've seen in your life and remind yourself that everything's connected. Everything's connected. That's what I do. Whenever I feel like, oh my gosh, I have to figure things out with my ego, I just remember that things are all interconnected and I don't have to figure it all out. Like, that's what works for me very powerfully. It's like, hey, I have to control this. Oh yeah, I don't like synchronicity. Think back to a day where you saw massive synchronicity. Boom. You'll just get back into alignment. And you're not putting your power outside of you, because your power actually is you, but it's a good thing to do. Just remind yourself, yeah, everything's connected. Because here's the thing, everything's connected. It's the biggest paradox, because you're actually trusting yourself. You're not trusting the greater universe and something outside of you. It is technically outside of you, because there is separate beings, working in our favor and helping us on this planet. But at the same time, you are just trusting yourself as a human being. That's what you're doing. You're trusting your ability to create what you want. You're trusting your ability to know that you can set the intention and you'll find a way how. You'll find a way how. You don't know the how. You see, this is what the feminine energy is about. The feminine energy is about not knowing how, or maybe even why, but it's like there's this feeling where you feel called to follow something, and it doesn't make logical sense, right? It's like, why am I feeling all these emotions? Then you're crying. It's a feminine energy. I've been there. And then it's like, and then you trust this, and then before you know it, there's the manifestation. It's about following that energy. It's just about following, not knowing where it's going to take you, not even knowing necessarily what's happening exactly, but you're following that energy, and you're following it, and you're following it, and you're following it, and you just keep going after it. And then there's the manifestation, and you have to trust your heart in that process. You have to let go of the mind and go into the process of the present moment. And the more that you do that, that's the trust. Is letting it all go, like letting go of the mind, letting go of the interpretations, letting go of the how. You don't need to know how. So here's an example. If you want to set an intention to manifest a YouTube channel or relationship, don't worry about the how. Just intend that you're going to create it and just know that it's coming. Trust in yourself, trust in the universe. Think back, realize everything's connected. You're not alone. Don't think about the how. Like if you, this is what I believe. I believe that strategy is literally non-important when it comes to manifesting. And I don't want to say that fully. I'll elaborate a little bit deeper on that, because here's what I'm saying. If you have enough level of trust and connection to the present moment and connection to who you are, the right strategy will come along, right? The right strategy will come along. Like, it's just gonna pop up into your life. So it's like when I set the intention to go on YouTube and to be a coach, I didn't know how it was gonna work out, but then I started to manifest certain things into my life, like a mentor, and then certain videos and certain pieces of information and books and people that were perfectly showing me exactly what I needed. Thinking back to those experiences, it's like, wow, I actually was perfectly, synchronistically shown what it is that I personally need to then create this vision that I have. And I really didn't know how. But it all started to come through. And so what you can understand is that the intention and the trust is the most important thing. Then the right strategy comes along. You didn't really know where it came from. There's the strategy. It's like, well, where did that come from? I don't know. There it is, falls in the palm of your hands, and you don't even know where it came from. If you have enough trust, if you have enough intention with trust, the right strategy will come along. If you have a strong level of trust and a terrible strategy, you're going to manifest that thing more than somebody that has a powerful strategy and no trust. That's the truth. Because the intention, the desire is the most important thing. Not desire from a needy place, but a desire from a, yes, my heart is called towards this. And you got to realize in my life what happened was I had no idea where I was headed, but I trusted the present moment. And hey, I'm still on my journey. So I'm not saying that I've made it. There's nowhere to make it to. We're always on our journey. We're always in the present moment unfolding. There's no I became this. It's always the next becoming. And what I found in my experience is that next becoming always includes a level of letting go. So it was letting go of school a couple months ago, okay? There's going to be something else that the universe asks me to do, to let go, to trust. And that's going to be your manifestation journey. It's a continual trust. Deeper and deeper and deeper trust in those feminine energies. Deeper and deeper and deeper trust in who you really are and what it is that you really want to create. And the more that you trust, the more that you will be guided to then know exactly what it is that you need to do. And the thing is, when you let go of the logical mind, that's when you start to get those synchronicities, right? That's when you start to get all the connection. That's when you start to see all these things happening because you've let go of the mind. Here's the thing. The mind is a barrier. It's very limited. It's very limited. The mind is a very limited thing. There's all these powerful things that can perfectly bring you exactly where you need to be. And at some level, the only barrier will be your mind. That's going to be the only barrier, is your mind and your ideologies and your concepts and even your strategies. You see, your strategy that you think is going to bring you the manifestation could be the thing blocking you from your manifestation, because here's the beautiful path that your higher self is paving for you, and here you are thinking, no, it has to be this way. I need to control, it has to be this way. No, why does it have to be that way? Maybe there's an easier path. Maybe there's a path that's perfectly going to unfold in the most easiest path with the path of least resistance, and there you are thinking that your strategy is needed. Why? You don't need that strategy. Maybe all you have to do is let go and trust. Again, not easy. Not easy to let go and trust. It's not easy to do that. I get it. I know it's not easy. I understand that it's not easy. It's not easy for me. But if you do it, that's the path of least resistance. And I hope you understand that you're thinking probably, again, Francis, how do I let go? How do I do that? It's hard to say because, again, you can do things like meditation, but what I would say letting go really comes down to is faith, right? Just faith in the universe, just having trust, and also being willing just to let go of your mind. Just being willing. Just be willing to let go of your mind. Connect to the present moment. Notice your breathing, connect to your sense perceptions. I would say connect to the present moment and just let go of your mind. Follow the present moment. Follow the excitement that this moment brings you, and realize that at some point the mind can be a very, very powerful barrier, like a strong barrier that only slows you down from what it is that you really want to create. So you got to understand, just to conclude this video, trust is one of the most powerful things you can do to manifest what you want. And the more that you trust and you stop thinking that there has to be, like, every time I think that there's some strategy to figure it out, Universe shows me a week later, nope, that strategy doesn't work anymore. It's time to trust and do something new. Look, I have to do this specific strategy, for this business idea or for this YouTube video or for this situation. It's like you need the strategy, right? So my mind does this all the time. It's like, yeah, I need to control. I need to figure it out. I need to adjust every nook and cranny. And then I just realize, why? Do I really have to do all of this control? Or can I just have, a deeper level of trust that will bring me what it is that I want, that will bring to me what I desire, just by letting go of strategy, logic, ideologies, social conditioning. So that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me personally one-on-one, hit the link that's in the description box to apply for a free consultation. As always, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.